Welcome to the Hilton Head Livin podcast. I am your host, OT Gibbons. Our mission with all of our content is to make sure you get the most out of your time in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, everything you need to know to get the most out of your time on the island. I am joined as always by my beautiful wife, co-host, and star of our content, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
All right, on this episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about what's happening this weekend in Hilton Head. We're going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. And as always, we're going to be answering the people. So this week, Jess is a little bit under the weather. She's had laryngitis. Her voice is not the best. Talk a little bit.
It's definitely way better than it was, but I'm still trying to get completely better. And so the longer I talk, the worse it gets.
So for the first time ever, I'm going to be reading the events happening this weekend. Jess will be correcting me and providing little details here and there. But
I was about to say, don't screw it up.
Yeah. So first time ever, I'm reading the things to do. All right. So things happening this weekend in Hilton Head. Starting on Thursday, June 20th, Bluffton is having a sip and stroll in Old Town. It's a free event to attend, and it's from 3 to 6 p.m.
So it's, a sidewalk sale. There's lots of good shops there. If you haven't really been there yet, super cute boutiques, kitchen stuff. So hopefully they have some good discounts.
Also on Thursday, party in the park at Low Country Celebration Park from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Patrick and the Starfish will be playing, and bring your own lawn chairs, bring any food. They've got food trucks there. Bring any food that you might want as well. Finally, on Thursday, movie night at Shelter Cove Park. The movie is Cars 1. It starts at 8:30. Bring chairs and snacks.
Have you seen Cars 1 or 2? Or how many are there?
No.
I don't think I have either, but they're apparently super cute. We need to...
I guess we could start it. I've seen the clips on the internet. So
right.
I know just from watching different stuff about like what the stories are and stuff, but no, I've never seen them. On Friday, June 21st, Rich Hubbard's Kazubi Kazoo Show at Harbor Town from 8 to 9:30 under the Liberty Oak Tree.
So it's where Greg Russell does his concerts too, the same place.
What in the world is a kazoo show?
Kids playing it should be so fun for kids, but as an adult, I'm going to stay far away from that. But bring your kids, let them run around, play some kazoos. Sounds like a good time.
On June 25th, Jazz in the Park. It's a free event at Low Country Celebration Park from 7 to 9 p.m. Food trucks will be there, and it's going to be the toughest Zimbabwe quartet.
It's a pretty cool thing. Remember, we went once last year. And it's really nice of you hear the jazz and you sit there with your own lawn chairs and stuff. And
yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. And
most of the events at Low Country Celebration Park are excellent.
Yeah, and it was good music too.
And tickets are on sale now for the Spartina Warehouse Sale, which will take place from July 12th to July 14th. And the ticket sales go to benefit the Outside Foundation. Tickets are anywhere from $5 to $50.
Yeah, it seems like a super cool thing. Spartina is a women's boutique. I love their clothes, super pretty and nice. And I guess they have different things for the different ticket prices, like you can get early access, a kind of thing, or something like that. So, sounds like a lot of fun.
This was a lot harder to do than you think, and Jess, I do not give her enough credit for being able to do that.
Thank you.
Her handwriting is not great, though. She wrote all that down. Wasn't the best.
I know. Good job reading my short notes. I know it's not the best handwriting, but yeah, a little bit harder than you think it is.
Yeah, especially when the list is like really long. Oy.
Yeah, but good job.
I don't want to do that every week. All right, so going back to last week, let's talk about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. What was your favorite new thing that you tried?
Well, I went on a sunset boat tour with your own private island experience with Hilton Head Boat Charters. And it's their new boat, brand new boat, beautiful, seats about 12 people. You can sit in the front, there's seating, in the back, there's seating. And they have a little indoor part too that is really nice. There's a sunroof to it. I've never seen one like that before. So it was really nice and it drove really smooth. We were going really fast. And in the front, you could feel a little bit, but inside you felt nothing. It was really nice, spectacular. And it takes you, it's about maybe a 40-minute ride to your own private island where you get off the boat, you walk down this boardwalk, and they have UTVs waiting for you, similar to ATVs. I guess maybe they're a little bit smaller. And you drive through this forest. It was like I was driving through Jurassic Park or something. It was a lot of fun. It was maybe a 10-minute ride to get to the beach area that's completely deserted, your own private beach area. And we had Board and Basket had set up a beach picnic. So they had this gorgeous table setting, they had a little umbrella sign, a little tiki hut thing, and we got charcuterie boards, which they also do shrimp boil, or you can get like sandwiches and stuff, so you can choose what you want. And we just hang out at the beach, and they'll have some chairs for you, or you can figure out exactly what you want on the beach. It was a lot of fun. We spent a little time there as the sun was starting to set, so it was gorgeous. It wasn't too hot. And then you drive the UTVs back to the dock, and on your way home, you get a gorgeous sunset. We saw a bunch of dolphins. It was spectacular. Highly recommend it. Hilton Head Boat Charters.
Yeah, anybody who's listening to this podcast, I watched all the footage, and believe it or not, I would actually go on this boat. It was very big. The ride looked super smooth. I'm not a fan of like your standard like 20, I don't know boats, but like 20 foot, 18 foot like fishing boat. But this thing looked massive and very smooth. And if I would go on it, I'm pretty sure just about anybody would go on it. So definitely worth checking out. As usual, I was on the road. I feel like that has been a commonality here, but hopefully I'm back for the foreseeable future now. So yes, I was on the road last week. I don't have anything beneficial to end. I-95, I had to drive this time. I-95 stinks. The traffic was terrible getting back, but I'm back, so it is what it is.
We're happy to have you back. We missed you.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad to be back with the doggies. And the question we've been getting most frequently lately is where to watch the 4th of July fireworks in Hilton Head. So, Jess, we've watched it a couple times now, 2 times exactly.
Oh, yeah, because one wasn't on 4th of July, though.
Okay, fair enough. But what are some spots to go watch the 4th of July fireworks?
So, Shelter Cove, where they normally have their fireworks, they won't be having them that Tuesday, but they will be having them on Thursday. And they'll still have the Harbor Fest going on, Cappy the Clown, and it will be, I believe, Shannon Tanner and the Oyster Reefers playing beforehand, too. So usually the fireworks start when it gets dark, like 9 now. Mm-hmm. It takes a little while to get dark here now. So they'll have that. And then also the Shelter Cove Park, they're having their summer jams on their normal Thursday. They have that on Thursdays. And you can also see fireworks there too. And that begins at 6 p.m. for festivities. Mm-hmm. We saw it at Harbor Town last year. That was our first 4th of July here. They were pretty good, I'd say. Right?
I thought they were great. And I think that it was quite possibly I've been to so many of these now. Jess loves fireworks. I've always hated the process of we used to go to another beach back near DC, the process of driving in, trying to get a good spot for the fireworks. But we've been to so many at this point. I think that's been my favorite one ever. Oh. And if you have kids, it's really cool. Or if you're a golfer, it's also really cool because you just are literally camping out in the middle of the 18th fairway, even on the green, the 18th green of the Harbortown Links golf course. And so you're sitting there, the kids are all running around, having a good time. It's just, it's this just giant open grass area for everybody to go run around and hang out in. And it was really, really fun. We had a blanket that we sat down on and The fireworks were really good, and you have the light coming from the actual harbor town stuff, and it was a blast. It was awesome.
Yeah. And then what also would be really cool, there's a bunch of boat tours. Like some of the big ones are outside Hilton Head, Island Head, Vagabond, Low Country Water Sports. So they take you out right on the water, which is usually where the fireworks.
That's literally my nightmare. That's very, very literally my nightmare is like getting lost at sea in the dark. Like, oh my gosh, that.
They also do kayaks too. That's what somebody asked me if I've done.
What?
Nighttime kayak thing. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do nighttime kayak.
I can tell you where you're never going to find me ever in my life is on a nighttime boat ride or a nighttime kayaking. No way. You'd have to drag me with like handcuffs. Like, no way. Ain't happening. That's crazy that people do that.
Yeah, I guess it probably is super cool, and you get to see different kind of wildlife and stuff. Somebody was saying that there's tons of shrimp, I guess, at night. They're like the shrimp are like jumping in their boat kind of thing. So you definitely see different stuff, or you can see fireworks.
I should also mention my dad has a pretty tough time walking, and honestly, like the harbor town stuff was still pretty perfect for us. The parking wasn't too terrible. It's a fairly short walk. Obviously, it's flat because it's Hilton Head, but it was pretty good even for him. Like he's 75. He had kids going all the way down in age, and it really was not hard to get him up there, get him set up. It really wasn't bad at all. So it was really enjoyable.
And I've also thought about the fact you could be on the other side of Broad Creek from Shelter Cove. There are a couple restaurants over there. So there's Old Oyster Factory. There's Fish Camp. And then there's just up a little bit from Fish Camp. It's a small place called Up the Creek. It's really good though, and it's right on the water. So those might be cool places. And right next to Up the Creek, they have kind of like, it's not exactly a playground, but there's like cornhole or things that you can keep the kids occupied, or they can just really run around too. So that might be some good ideas. Maybe have a late dinner and then kind of stay for the fireworks. And then also, in case you're wondering why there aren't any fireworks on the beach, do you know why? No. It's because of the sea turtles. Oh. That's why it's lights out after, I think it's 10 p.m. So I guess technically this would be a little early, but they just don't want a ton of people on the beach because it is sea turtle nesting season. So they don't want bright lights, they don't want noise, and they don't want a ton of people on the beach in the evening, at night.
Oh, that's sweet. That's so nice. This is why I love living here.
I know, yeah. It is good. But just in case you're wondering, I was like, because that's normally back up north, we would go and sit on the beach. Like everyone would sit on the beach as you watch the fireworks. So that's what I was curious as to why that doesn't happen. I thought for a minute, why aren't there any here? Because of the sea turtles.